The Extreme Speed Motorsports team in the USA announced that they were going to take part in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship with one of the new Daytona Prototype International cars. Daytona Prototype International is a version of the new for 2017 LMP2 regulations that are used in the World Endurance Championship. Those cars are all fitted with a standard Gibson V8 engine. Every car has exactly the same engine. However, in America, those cars could be fitted with any engine that the team wanted. So the Extreme Speed Motorsport team decided to partner with NISMO and use the Nissan GT-R GT3 NISMO engine. It's very early in its development cycle. The car only tested for the first time on 23rd of December 2016 and raced before the end of January 2017, so it's a really tight development schedule on that car. The car has clearly become really quite competitive in its class, but the engine fitment is not the only thing on those cars that is different to LMP2. Looking at the car overall, you can see some of the elements when you look at detail. From the original Ligier, the front crash box is just visible inside that grille on the front of the car. That hasn't changed. And using the Ligier as the basis of the new on-road Nissan gives you this big open front end, and it allows them to drive the air through both sides of the front crash structure. There's some bodywork changes, of course, on the rear bodywork. They have to house a 3.8 litre twin-turbo V6 compared to a 4 litre normally aspirated V8, so that's got some very different demands. So you'll notice the half-moon shape of the airbox on the car. Now, the airbox is carried over from the previous Ligier JSP2, which was the VK45DE NISMO engined car, but there are some big differences. Of course, the new Nissan V6 is a twin-turbo engine that has different cooling demands, different air intake demands, and of course a very different plenum. The exhaust routing is different as well. One of the things about the cooling on the car is Ligier have been very secretive about the meso coolers they're using on the JSP217. It's thought, but not confirmed, that those coolers have carried over onto the on-road Nissan DPi. The installation of the power unit and the engine is much neater than expected, and with something that really wasn't designed for that task, and the performance has been very, very good. We saw that at Daytona. With a bit more time and a bit more development and a bit more work on integrating the electronics, the engine, the chassis, the transmission, all together, the future is looking very optimistic for the on-road Nissan Daytona Prototype International, and the Extreme Speed Motorsport team are now sounding rather upbeat. So we'll keep you up to date on the news with that car, and hopefully we'll be crawling all over it later in the year. So give us your comments, your questions, hit subscribe, and we'll be bringing you as much information as we can on all of these new Nissan powered prototypes.